Yes, sir. Good morning, fellow Nigerians across the globe. I am George Onyibe, of course, from the uncompleted building. Our position is clear, making sure we don't allow them to change the narrative, whether politically, religiously, culturally, or otherwise, because it will always be to the detriment of the next generation of our people. After all, we have suffered enough. And the painful aspect of it is that we have eventually become the instrument of our undoing. It's not acceptable. It's obvious we may not be able to effect the necessary required change we want, we desire, we dream for, and some has even bled for it. But we will contribute our own quota to this reformation for the overall interest of, I should say, Homo sapiens. Because it is not hatred that drives us, neither are we here to revenge anybody. But it is simple. Stop that which you know you will not want them to do to you. This morning, just to draw a curtain on the issue of Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu, and the supposed Biafra people. Let's look at just three major reasons why Nnamdi Kanu recruited Simon Ekpa. I told us yesterday regarding this issue of Simon Ekpa. I made a broadcast early this morning reminding those who cared to know that it was Nnamdi Kanu who recruited Simon Ekpa. But watch them try to change the narrative. Simon Ekpa was acting on his own. But shamelessly, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor is the first, rushing to defend Nnamdi Kanu that he knew nothing about Simon Ekpa. He's actually a member of IPOB. And so I don't expect him to go otherwise, most especially when he feeds from the misery of his people. And he's a legal luminary. You people be deceiving yourself. And of course, many other people pushing the narrative very hard that Simon Ekpa is acting on his own. He's not working with Nnamdi Kanu. But Nnamdi Kanu actually recruited him. Go back to the broadcast, my post before this broadcast. You will hear the voice of Nnamdi Kanu telling you that Simon Ekpa is doing a good job. You must listen to him. All you cows, all you rams of Nnamdi Kanu, Atoro Nnamdi Kanu, all of you must listen to him because he's here to change the narrative. He's want to usher us into new dimension. These are some of the new dimension you know nothing about. But you are jumping up and down. As Igbo person, you will soon insult me because you have mental issue. No, insult. One idiot who couldn't finish secondary school made a fool of all of you. And you want to tell me about dignity, morality. Think again. And so somewhere along the line, if you're able to separate both of them, you will never know the truth of what happened in Igbo land. You will never know the true origin, the true source of insecurity in the southeast presently. You used to think it's Fulani herdsmen. But of course, Fulani herdsmen are doing their own. But you now know that they are not the ones sustaining the insecurity. It is your fellow Igbo people. This is one truth you must ultimately accept, and you have to deal with it. And so if you separate Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, you will never know the truth. Is it that 30 or that 30 Peter Obi running mate under Obedient movement? Was he not the one telling Nigeria now that the reason you have insecurity in the north was because certain people sponsored it just to chase good luck out of office? But tell Dan 30 or Dan 30 that he's a little bit too late. Whether he says it or he didn't say it, we already know the truth. But now, because they have changed the narrative in time past, you can't solve the problem of insecurity, because it has become a source of livelihood for most of them, most especially politicians. And that is the same thing regarding the issue of insecurity in the Southeast. You are from the Southeast, and you want this issue of insecurity to address. And you're trying to change the narrative, separating Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. And then you have not even started, because the problem is trying to change the narratives has created two factions, if not more. The ones who are loyal to autopilot are the aggressive ones. This is what they are meant to do. And the ones that are loyal to Nnamdi Kanu, they are the pretending one. They are slow poison. You cannot tolerate any of them if you want to have sense. There is something you do not understand. We were in the system. We know how they function. Nnamdi Kanu or IPOB created different platforms. All of them are assigned to do certain things. And so all of them are doing what they ask them to do. Let me open your eye a little bit before we go in depth. You can imagine somebody like Willie Obiano was sponsoring Nnamdi Kanu from behind. And when it looks like the government of the day perceive that, oh, Willie Obiano is sponsoring IPOB, what you see is they begin to curse Willie Obiano. He's a drunkard, he's a criminal, he's a this one. And then Nigerians will think, oh, we hate him, so you ignore him. Watch Peter Obi language. The first person Nnamdi Kanu dealt with was Peter Obi. How he used the money to build ShopRite, how he sleep with Atiku Abubakar, how he has a Hausa girlfriend and all those things. All the rubbish he taught about Peter Obi was actually to remove your mind that Peter Obi is a major influencer of IPOB and Biafra issue. Is it not playing out today? Is it not playing out today? You know, they will say, we will deal with you. The only dealing you will deal with me is that Wazobia will cooperate and shut me down. But this truth, you will not misplace it. But if we go through the normal legal process, you allow me a right to attorney, you allow me the privilege of fair hearing without conspiracy, none of them will come back from jail. Go and ask Peter Obi, which meeting did I hold with him, with Alo Ijimako in Enugu? What did we discuss? Is a one Nigeria, is going to be solution of one Nigeria. Most of you need help, and we will help you. The more you try to change narrative, the more you sustain the temple of this evil and atrocities that is ravaging our land. Don't do that. When you are wrong, you are wrong. When you are right, you are right. Because you cannot be wrong and get right. Let me explain something. Whatever you do in life, don't lose yourself in the process. If you lose yourself in the process, everything you have fought for, everything you have labored for, everything you have represent, all of them are gone. So you appreciate our position. Some of you today, you are in diaspora. You are doing very well. You're the peak of success. All the things you dreamt of, it has finally come to pass. And most of you have lost yourself. While in diaspora, you're making investment that does not have guarantee. But somewhere along the line, you just need to encourage yourself that you're doing something. After all, you are a fulfilled man. But the moment you stop considering, when I die, who will represent me? The moment you begin to think about isolating yourself from your source, from your roots, my brother, you have lost yourself. You have completely lost yourself. And I tell you, in most cases, when you realize the truth, you are too weak to fight back. To go back to the past to correct the errors becomes impossible. You accept defeat ultimately. And this is because you lose yourself. Always remember why you left. If you run away because there was problem, aim your heart to solve the problem and come back and live before that problem as it disappears before you. Do not lose yourself. Most people politically are there to make sure they bring development to their place. And when they get to political arena, they lose themselves. You begin to wonder, most of them that are your close friends, the moment they get to that political corridor, they look at you from the other way around. You have lost yourself. I have a childhood friend, my best friend as a child. We dreamed of becoming lawyer. There was no dream we have. We don't want to be anything. We wanted to be lawyer. We both worked very hard, and we were very good at it. And finally, having been called to the bar, he joined politics. And for some time, we were disconnected. And along the line, I saw him on social media, and I chatted him. How are you? He chatted to me casually. This is my best friend. We were 5 and 6. And I chatted him. He responded casually. And I responded, I said, this is George. He said, I know. And I shook my head. He's lost himself from the political arena. He's now a politician. I'm sorry for you. If you go and begin to look at many people, like in the security outfit, most of them are there to defend Nigeria. But when they lose themselves, they kill Nigeria. They destroy Nigeria. You become bloody civilian. Any military personnel that tells you you are a bloody civilian, they have lost themselves. Because their father is a bloody civilian, except he's a military man. Their mother is a bloody civilian. Their relatives that are not in the military, all of them are bloody civilian. They lost themselves. But ordinarily, not all of them. Because when you know most of them, they are very loving. And so, while we are doing all these things, don't lose yourself. And most of our people are doing that already. And now there is a certain young lady that's come to my attention recently. She poses to be like Ikure person. Let us assume she's Ikure person. She's practically sponsored by Igbo Biafra people to talk down on her people, Ikure people. Maybe you know the person. She look like a mad woman. That one that talks and say, and they know, Ikure man lazy, and they know that I know the truth. Ikure man don't have anything, and they know all Ikure people are honorable, and they know Igbo people are clapping for her. Igbo people are clapping for her. God will bless you for saying the truth. God will be with you. It's Ikure person, maybe one Igbo person, they are sleeping with her, sponsoring her, and now she has to insult her father. And that is a lot of brain resetting need to be carried out. And so on the social media, it's supposed the Ikure woman is now insulting the whole Ikure people. These people lost themselves. I need you to watch my record from IPOB to this very moment. I have never for once arrogantly talked against my people. I could only get angry at what they say. I would tell them, after all, I'm not in the position to tell them how to feel, what to do. I could only suggest. And I point the errors of their way to them. I dare not insult my father. Even when my king misbehaves, we all know he's misbehaving. I entreat them. After all, the Bible says, do not rebuke an elder, but entreat them. And so, I can't lose myself in the process. Even when we were in IPOB, if I have lost myself, I will not be here today. I did not lose myself. I have tried all my life to live by this simple principle of dignity my parents taught me. And I will stick by it for a very long time. Just that I will not allow you to take me for granted. And now the Ikure woman I was talking about, she is there now insulting Ikure people, all courtesy of Igbo people. Because that is what they're doing. But like I told them, and I will continue to remind them, God may forgive you, but nature will not pardon you. And that is what gave birth to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. And today, there is another idiot here, Igbo man, called Oliver. To him, he is a Igbo Jagaban. He's Igbo celebrity. He's Igbo millionaire. He's Igbo that have wide mouth. To him, he decided to come to my platform. I didn't know he was this idiot. I was thinking it's another person. I have profiled him and I see that he's just another Igbo man that will never come home because of unknown gunmen. Another Igbo man that his children will never come to Africa. They will end up being like, what do you call him? Kemi. Is it Kemi Bagudus? Abi Kemi Badus? That is how his children will end. His children will be in diaspora and be insulting Nigerians and the entire black race. They will forget that they will not change their skin. And even Michael Jackson was not accepted as a white man. Michael Jackson was not accepted as a Caucasian, even though he bleached his skin and turned to Igbo. Even though 99.9% of all the children supposed to be Michael Jackson children, no one is a black person, only to steal his property. But Michael Jackson will never be a white man. So, Oliver, you are disgracing yourself. Go and address the issue in your southeast. That is the way of digressing. And so, saying the truth the way it is, if you lose yourself in any process, you are gone. Today, Nnamdi Kanu came. He has an agenda which we didn't know. He was influenced by a lot of Igbo politicians and supposed stakeholders. We were just pawn, tools, instruments to be used to achieve their aim. Thank God we didn't lose ourselves. And so those of you who are playing this game, wherever you belong to, whether on the defensive or the oppositive angle, do not lose yourself in the process, even if everybody is losing their head. And sometimes it requires you to stand alone. Stand alone, because in the end, everything that is shaking will be shaken off and the unshakable will remain. And so now the Kanu came and recruited Simon Ekpa for 3 major reasons, which is the purpose of this broadcast. Number 1, he recruited Simon Ekpa to change the narratives, to bring in a new dimension. And now those of you at the pavilion of authority, those of you who are politicians, stakeholders when it comes to Nigeria as a country, pay attention very closely. When they sponsor Fulani headsmen to chase good luck out of office, Boko Haram and all of them, you people started compensating them, giving them amnesty. Go and ask El Rufai. He knows what I'm saying. You started paying bandits not to kidnap us when you are supposed to crush them. You are going to pay for a very long time. We heard allegedly that even Tinubu is paying them to calm down. Nnamdi Kanu is just another version to create a terrorist group for Igbo people, so they can be collecting their own share. That meeting was simple. If Niger Delta can revolt and they pay them amnesty, Boko Haram revolt and they are giving them amnesty. So Igbo people should revolt so they collect their own amnesty. So the narrative or new dimension of Simon Ekpa was simple. And that is what Nnamdi Kanu is still pushing for today. He wants political compensation. He wants political solution. And most of them were pushing it to me even without my knowledge. Number 1 reason he recruited Simon Ekpa was to bring the insecurity you are seeing. And so they say, let's rehabilitate all these boys. Let's give them amnesty. And then Igbo people will be taking their amnesty as Boko Haram and suppose Niger Delta are taking their amnesty. But watch these 3 people targeting amnesty, compensation. You will see the Niger Delta man has the legal right to do what they are doing. But not that if they go to court, all their actions are within the preamble of the law. They paid for it. But what is the Igbo man fighting for? The oil well in Aguneri. What is Igbo man fighting for? To go to Abuja. What is the Igbo man fighting for? What is the Fulani man fighting for? Awusa, Boko Haram, what are they fighting for? And that makes the Boko Haram and Nnamdi Kanu and his friends to be the same. He has not achieved the purpose. Gentle Yahoo is still there, unaliving Igbo people. Oliver is not consigned to him, but all these are game. They will come one day and they will start begging Tinubu or whoever will be the president. This case of Nnamdi Kanu, let's see how we can settle it. Let's settle him. Don't forget he was a politician, a very hardcore with the PDP. They know what they are doing. So the new dimension was to introduce a secret armed group like Boko Haram. And government will tell them to begin to give them contract, go and guide pipeline, go and do this one, go and do that one. Every year they will allocate billion to them for no reason. And then Nnamdi Kanu has not given up on that. He was not looking for any Biafra. They wanted to hijack their own avenue to be stealing Nigerian money. And you know that will come in billion. When you hear the name of some people, they have not worked in their life, but they are millionaires. Let me leave them out of this so that I will not digress. So number 1 reason he employed Simon Ekpa was to usher in new dimension of killing people, new dimension of terrorizing the Southeast and the South-South. We were fortunate enough to put an end to their madness in the South-South. But the people of the Southeast, people like Oliver, entertain them, praise them, even when we expose them. Many idiots are still promoting them. But you did not know that the changing of dimension was simple. Nigeria would have called them. Buhari would have called them. You saw some Igbo elders asking Buhari for political solution. Political solution was simple. Let us be paying these children so that they can be calming down. That was the purpose of Simon Ekpa. And we can all agree, Simon Ekpa did his job very well like Boko Haram. My concern now is you trying to tell us that Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa is not the same. That is one truth. No genuine Nigeria, whether Igbo or non-Igbo, should accept. Number 2 reason why Nnamdi Kanu recruited Simon Ekpa. It was to remove Uche from Efo. And I will continue to call them names. Now, when Nnamdi Kanu come out, at that time, I go open all their nyash properly. May con do Nigerian politician. May Nnamdi Kanu con collect amnesty. And before we go to number 2, Nigerians must understand, if you people compensate Nnamdi Kanu for killing his people, destabilizing the country, because he fight for Biafra, you have not sought Boko Haram. You are still struggling with Niger Delta vengeance. If you empower Nnamdi Kanu and have Igbo Biafra terrorists, other community will follow suit. And we know how much Nigerians have now that we are borrowing money. Maybe you begin to take loan from international community to settle all of us. We may not be there, but all of us will learn from them. Should be this social media, we were not there. We were not there. Igbo people taught us. Now we are learning. And it looks like we are learning faster than them. Because we are not monetizing. No. We need money. We want to make sure that what we are doing is not because of money. If it is because of money, by now I will be patronizing them. So I will have 1 million views. None of my pages patronized. I think on my TikTok account, there is quite amount of volume of dollars there. I don't even want to know how to withdraw it. Because I want to know what drives me. Now, the second reason was to remove Uche from Efo, his deputy. Because Uche from Efo, as every woman being may have his flaw. But that man is not a bad man. He is a wounded man with scars in his soul. And he was a strong man because he still tried to maintain the temple. That man saw hell. Because he has to fight China Sanguru, who is actually the face of terrorism in Igbo land. He is to fight Chike Doziem, Austin Abanyem, all those DOS who are compromising the Igbo youth as we speak here in Nigeria. Before the emergence of the DOS, they were the HOD. There was yet another man called Clifford, Dr. Clifford Iruanya. And I'm sure he sees Uche as his mortal enemy. Because Nnamdi Kanu have to hit Clifford Chukwuemeka Iruanya head with Uche for Mefo. The same way he's hitting Uche for Mefo with, what is this idiot? The head of DOS. Why did the name escape me? Chike Doziem. He hit all of their head together. It's a strategy, so they cannot cooperate. We've learned those things even before there was IPOB. 48 laws of power. They will turn all of you against yourself. So you cannot reason. All of you become fool. You spend your time trying to checkmate your brother instead of facing reality. So Chuka from Efo have to fight different war. At the end, he couldn't trust anybody. And somebody will begin to wonder, how did I know Chuka from Efo? When the atrocity was being formed, baited in Igbo land, we needed to tell somebody that IPOB was turning to something else. All the people who would have gone to, people like Dr. Clifford Chukwuemeka Iruanya, people who are beginning to discover, Barrister Emma Mezu, you know all their names, Rita Anebogo, so numerous to mention. They are now backsliding. Now they cannot call all of them saboteur. He flushed all of them away. Uche Mefo was on top of the matter. He didn't know. Emotionally, he fought to defend Nnamdi Kanu. But then I discover he don't know what is going on. Till today, he don't know what is going on. He better come down from that ladder because it will not end as they think it. And so I try to look at the system. Where is the moral individual? Where are the progressive-minded people who say they're fighting on behalf of our people? And Chimaobi Okafor, the one they have poisoned, Waka Waka Biafra, told me that Uche Mefo is a good man. I suspected that initially because both of them almost answer the same surname, Uche Okafor, and that one is Chimaobi Okafor. And so I was suspicious. I never said anything to anybody because there were rumors going on which is not part of this discussion. So I was watching them. And I said, well, if you say Chuka from Efo is a good person, let me try to reach him. It took me more than 4 to 6 months trying to tell you Chuka from Efo. This is what is going on. I believe Nnamdi Kanu was not aware. This is what is going on. Uchoka from Efo refused to talk to me. But I didn't give up. And I remember on that very day, something went wrong. And he called me. I said, honestly, I didn't want to have this conversation with you because our people are horrible. I want you to be sincere. What happened? I explained to him. He went to verify. I explained to him. He said, don't try to be polite. Don't be political. Let's be real. And he began to see the truth. That is when people like Chidebe Rangudiwe begin to have problems because these people are good people. They thought they were fighting for Biafra. And why am I saying all this long story? Uche Mefo discovered that Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal and a liar. He's a criminal and a very big liar. He was the target. But he did not explode. We did not explode. But this is one truth you people didn't know. We fought on Nnamdi Kanu to stand still. Right there, without allowing anybody to know. Because we thought he will have sense. Now he didn't want us to wash our dirty linen inside. Let him come out, let's wash it in the public. Because now, they are not going anywhere. I told them that time, you people are dancing naked in the market square. And the whole world are watching you. Now you want to run. Where are you running to? So the second reason Simon Ekpa was hired was actually to replace Uchuka from Efo. And so those of you who were following up at that era, you will discover that they were busy there telling Nnamdi Kanu, he's the deputy of Nnamdi Kanu, he's the deputy. He was claiming deputy. And then Nnamdi Kanu was hampering him. Maybe Uche would have been frustrated and resigned, maybe. But of course, Uche don't have anybody to confide with. The people he used to know, Nnamdi Kanu has turned them against him. People like Uche Nasiebu, go and check all the old HOD, all of them. Ikpe say no Gwabia. And so, the new DOS, when we gather to talk like human beings, they will go back and have another meeting with Nnamdi Kanu. They will say, don't mind them. Let's be doing what they are doing. But ultimately, where he shot himself on the leg was when he finally exposed himself. And told you, under my watch, they sold Radio Biafra to Nigeria. Under my watch, Nigeria bought Radio Biafra. And created community app. Where is your community fucking app? Where is your community app? But he was with Radio Biafra. But something happened, which he didn't know. Because he thought he's wise. Today, are you not using Radio Biafra? So, the Buhari that bought it, they didn't Nnamdi buy it back. All of them no get sense. Most especially Oliver, no get sense. So, but along the line, people began to see the difference between the male and the female. Simon was not a fool. He knew it's all game and he must collect his own percentage. So everything he did, all the fundraising was a fraud. If I must go down, not empty-handed. If you know how much these people has raised. 6 years is just to cool off. 6 years is not a punishment. 6 years is just be there. He will come back. They will not say, okay, all this your boys. If you think unknown gunmen will stop in the Southeast, you are lying. Because they are trying to align it now. Maybe after some months or years, they will now repatriate Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. And then when they are in Nigeria, they can now ask them to put their tentacles together and stop the insecurity so that they can settle them. So their boys that are under hiding now will be mobilized. And when they mobilize them, you see, oh, there is peace in the Southeast now. Moreover, they will be whipping heavy amount of money from the Nigerian coffer under political solution. As we are giving to Boko Haram and as we are giving to my Niger Delta brothers. Who does that? That is number 2. Number 3 reason why he brought Simon Ekpa. That was what Simon Ekpa discovered. And he played on the offense. Most of you will not notice that Nnamdi Kanu cannot control Simon Ekpa. Have you heard him caution Simon Ekpa? Have you heard him talk about Simon Ekpa? Have you heard him condemn Simon Ekpa? But he's in constant communication with Simon Ekpa. In fact, all those articles of Buhari Buhari Nyash, it was Simon Ekpa that is responsible for digging out those information from image getting. Simon Ekpa was the one giving him all those, so they were in constant communication. But what the people didn't know was that Nnamdi Kanu actually pulled back, tried to disassociate himself from Nnamdi Kanu, just that he has made mistake before then. Everybody know he's working for him. He actually wanted to use him as the scapegoat. I reminded you, as they use Chukwuma Nzogo, as they use Philip Effiong, as they use Chukwuma Nzogo, as they use Achose, as they wanted to use me. That is what they want to do with Simon. And Simon knew, and his own is, all of us go collect. I will not go down alone. That is Finland, oh no. Let Simon come back. All of you, be talking against Simon. He is your second destiny and your second doom. Because Simon is a very intelligent young man. I should give it to him. He has every record to sink all of you. He's trying to play dumb to see how you people will react. Ultimately, he will come back to Nigeria because he's going to lose his citizenship. Maybe he will bring his grandmother as a wife, that dwarf. Let them come and enjoy our one Nigeria. So he wanted to use him as his getaway escape, which you people are ignorantly or sometimes wickedly trying to portray that is the truth. In the security in the southeast, it's not Nnamdi Kanu, it is Simon Ekpa. IPOB is a holy family. We don't do this one. IPOB of Ibino Kwabe or IPOB of who? So all this cock and bull story is just for these three reasons. I don't know the information they have given to you. I don't know the impression you have. But this is the absolute truth and nothing but the truth. But here is the problem now. If they succeed in making the government to pay them so there can be peace in Igbo land, Nigeria will have to pay every community in the nearest future. Now, they can't remove Uchoka from Efo, and so that one is a problem on another side. What about the people who died defending what they don't know? I see young men bled and die. I see atrocities of the highest order in the platform of the holy of the holiest. We are whiter than white. I saw all of them. And I say, may the soul of those people not rest until they hunt all of you who place them where they are. If you think death is just the end, you think again, because it's just the beginning. And so this is all I have to tell you regarding Simon Ekpa case and Nnamdi Kanu. They are the same. They are separatable, inseparable. And I know you understand that religious dogma of the Trinity. Though they present themselves as different people, but yet for the same purpose. Igbo expansionist agenda. He said that they get it or they will destroy all of them. Continue. Come and instigate. Abo people, let's Abo be fighting Abo. Ikwere Oloshu. You either know. Now you know. We have seen your type. We have seen your type. But believe me, we are no longer in the era of knowing. I mean believing. We are in the era of knowing. And so that is where I bring the broadcast to an end. But of course, I have to go to my platform, receive my insult before we bring it to an end. I will go to the comment section now and let's see who do I have here. You know, I love insult. I love insult. I see different Blackie. Different Blackie, my brother, I greet you. Good morning from here. Acho Ibe, I greet you. Good morning from here. I greet you. I see Igumbo. I greet you, Igumbo. Okwane tribe. Say good morning, sir. George Onibe, the mouthpiece of the Midwest Old Bender region. Of course, thank you so much, Okwane tribe. We cannot allow them to change any narrative. Good morning, of course. Who do I have here? I see Daniel Sunday. He say, I learned many more things from you, Onibe. Thank you very much, Daniel. And I see another Igbo Biafra man, that is George Okoro. He say, hungry man. Of course, it's beautiful to be hungry, honestly. You don't know what it means to be hungry. It's beautiful. I'm a hungry man. I am a hungry man. And I don't need to be hungry, so send down the rain, Majek Fashe, from the ancient Bini Empire. He didn't hide. That's the difference between us, Okuru. Majek Fashe. He sang, I am a hungry man. I dedicate it to you this morning, George Okuru Onyala. In their mind, they think when they see you are hungry man, you will start crying. You are living in an uncompleted building, you will start crying. You are illiterate, a go man. These are the things that fuels us. Bring it on. Please, bring it on. Hungry man is, you are just calling me. What take a bath, you'll say, really, I pity all of you. What take a bath, afia, or really, it's unfortunate. Then let's see what this Oliver have to say. Another loser. He said, what did Oliver say there? Facebook allow me to see it, although it's not your fault, it's my facility. Okay, let's leave Oliver alone. And Mercy here, he say, I beg, carry wahala. Una go learn in a hard way. Of course, Mercy, that is it. Oliver finally is calling me the Ekpa. Thank God you know I'm not Mercy. Oliver, you can't dey finish. You taking Urumini, you can't solve your problem. If I put eye for you, even your closest ally will abandon you. Oliver, if I open your page, you will wish you never come to me. Do not wound the animal you cannot kill. You are calling me the Ekpa. I'm happy you know I'm not Mercy. And that is why you must respect it, that when I say I'm not Igbo, respect it and leave me as a Kama. You would have insulted me now. Maybe you insulted me, Oliver. I did respect you before. For you to play like a gentle Yahoo for my platform, you go collect your own, no worry. We are looking into your matter. We are looking into your matter. Your fatherland for village now, no government don't use and do camp. Now my platform, they do gra. You don't talk against atrocity of Nnamdi Kanu. Each time you say you be Igbo man, we go and check your profile. No Igbo person go talk to us now, where we go look and like human being, except people like Ijele. And let's say blessed on. Only very few people. I don't know many of their names because I just monitor all of them. But this one I call now, I have tested them, I have tried them. And even as much as they are not perfect, because nobody is infallible, I respect their stand. Until then, now go collect. I see Prince. Prince, I greet you, Prince. Good morning. I see Evelyn. You say, George, what is actually your problem? Your father is my problem. Okoli, your father is my problem. Who could not train in Nnamdi Kanu and culture him? That same thing worrying in Nnamdi Kanu, that is our problem. You didn't ask Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa what is their problem. You are asking me what your father is my problem. Dishonest intellectual individuals everywhere. You are the problem of Nigeria. You are trying to point the blame to another people. It's unfortunate. What did I see here? I am an Iche. You are Diokpa. Others are Mazi. Okay. And now you are talking like a real man. I thought you are Mazi. Mazi in the ocean and the Atoro. Now you are a Iche man. I would have respected you as a Iche man, but you didn't behave like one. You behave like Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu and his group. Rubbish. In the absence of any other insult, because no serious one, we'll bring it to an end. So whatever happened, know that Nnamdi Kanu recruited Simon Ekpa. And the 3 reasons I gave you was the only reason he recruited him. Go to Simon Ekpa. He's doing a good job. He wants to lead us into new dimension. New dimension. New dimension. But an Igbo man. But I like you very well. Okay, thank you for liking me. And that is, that should be John or what? Okay. So have a nice day. We'll continue from where we stop. Thank you.